People are talking in the background. But yeah, anyway, welcome back to Let's Play Mobile Suit Gundam Zeonic Front. Looks like we're going to go on a very dangerous mission this time.
Trojan horse.
The Trojan horse awaits. I think. This is an odd mission that took me the longest freaking time to figure out the first time exactly how I'm supposed to do this. But that you have to look and take all of the information you get out of this very carefully.
Our mission is to gather data on the Trojan horse and its mobile suits currently proceeding within Zeon-controlled airspace. We're authorized to attack should it become necessary, but this should be considered a last resort. Our primary objective is surveillance and intelligence gathering. This is the same enemy unit that survived an all-out assault of our mobile squadron. No one has ever witnessed such battle strength. Avoid confrontations at all cost.
I think I did that a little bit too prematurely. Oh, no, I didn't. No. Okay. But yeah, this is, like you said, an entirely different... This is a data gathering mission, and for that, you have to pay attention to this bit. Hold lock-on sights onto target for some time. You must be within range so that the lock-on sight will display the target model number. So long as you've got the model number in your lock-on display, you can actually sort of see what you're going to get the data. But you just have to hold it there for a couple of seconds. I'll demonstrate it once we get in, but this is... I figured you had to be in firing. I always figured you had to be in firing range for this to work. For one thing. For two, you're up against the white base crew, and they don't like you. I do not like you at all. So let's see how the guys are faring and see if they have anything to say about this other than pooping their pants at the idea of dealing with the white base crew.
The information provided on the Trojan horse's route is just a projection, so it may not be reliable. We'll probably have to locate it on our own.
Minovsky particle density is bound to be high wherever the Trojan horse passes. We'll be sure to nab them if we comb those areas first.
It would help to get up on a small hill or something to get a clear view, but that'd also make it easier for the enemy to find us. This is wild, hunting down the Trojan horse in a new mobile suit. Even the late Captain Garma's mobile squadron and the Ramba Raw unit couldn't destroy them. I'm real curious about their battle strength.
Our mission is to search out the enemy and gather information. Don't forget that.
I hear you, old man. Whatever happens, I won't do anything stupid.
The odd couple.
I often dream of the tragedy when Lord Garma perished during his mission. I can't help but dread them. To think of the damage they've caused our forces with only one battleship and 3 mobile suits, it sends shivers up my spine. But please include me in your search party. I'll do my best.
Yeah. Those mobile suits, they are something, and the white base, quite a step up from anything Zeon's made. And it's only going to get even worse from here. God, Zeon is falling so far behind so fast in this war.
Let's see. This mission's objectives are surveillance and intelligence gathering, so even if we did find them, we would still have to remain at a safe distance.
Blunt and straightforward. Thank you, Petty Officer Swigert. Right, but one great improvement is now finally... Lieutenant Roher has now access to an A-type goof, prototype goof, that has all of the, it's basically the, what am I trying to say? It's basically a goof minus the very In essence, this form of the goof is little more than a slightly better Zaku. It can use the shield, and it can use Zaku weapons, but it doesn't have the finger cannon or the heat rod connected to the arms. Which, honestly, I kind of feel... Heat rod was one of those things that I could take or leave, but the finger cannon being built into the arm was something that I never cared for anyway. But yeah. As for the route setup, I really can't say that there's a really... There's a way of doing things in this mission that I honestly think a projectable route would kind of not work with. Because we're dealing around stealth tactics and standing in very specific points where the enemy will be too stupid to actually try and get to us. You have to exploit poor AI in this mission, and... Oh boy. It's very nerve-wracking, especially if you want to get a high score in this mission, because there are decoys sort of set up all around the place to sort of distract you, but you do need to destroy them in order to start racking up the points. Anyway, let's change things a bit. We don't want these guys moving on their own. We need to keep control all to ourselves. Another thing to note is that this mission isn't... The location of the white base isn't RNG, for the record. White base will always be in the same location no matter how many times you play this mission, as will all of the decoys. So following following my tactics here as a guide to get everything in this mission and hopefully get a higher rank, hopefully. That shouldn't be too much of a problem. Although I'm sure there's probably better guides out there than what I'm doing. To be honest, I'm sort of replicating a lot of the things that I recall from guides that I've already read and or watched for this game, because this game, the tactical gameplay was not something that I was too happy to trial and error my way around.
What? An enemy? Send out gun cannon and gun tank on the double.
I mean, if you have the patience to do it and you sort of get an idea for everything as it goes along, it would be entirely out of the question to be able to sort of brute force your way through this game and figure out how to get the high ranks on your own. But I think a guide will do just... I don't think there's...
I found the gun cannon.
Roger.
Yeah.
Please begin gathering data.
Why couldn't we have done the data? Oh boy. Why couldn't we gun the... Damn it! Why couldn't we have done the data gathering on things like the gun tank and gun cannon... Well, the gun cannon earlier on, like... Oh boy. When we were facing off against them in the Gobi Desert. I do not know. Okay, now Roher is just gonna have to stay there and not move so as to keep the enemy's attention without drawing them directly towards him to kill him off. You know, as long as they're aware of his presence, without being locked onto him, they'll just stay there and not bother me while I move around this side to start scanning them from behind. also gotta take out more of these decoys. Oh, I don't gotta take out the decoys, but it really helps.
I found the gun tank!
Roger. Please begin gathering data.
You've got to be kidding! Where in the world is Amuro?
They've just finished with emergency repairs to Gundam. The course is clear. Amuro, is Gundam ready to launch?
Catapult connected! Amuro launching!
Okay, the Gundam's going out. That's it over there. But the gun tank is up on this cliff up here, and I'll need to scan it from this location in order to
Roger. Please
get
begin
points for
gathering
scanning it. But before I do that, I'm going to switch over to this guy, point at the Gundam to get the data on it.
data. Gathering data now.
Oh
Data
god,
has
it's
been
getting real close. And it stopped moving. Thank god. Okay. I see you up there. Come on. Scan it.
Gathering data now. Data has been received.
Alright, this part is dangerous, but I'm going to need to quickly switch my support to smoke grenades and move! And launch it. Move, move, move! Okay. That was scary.
I found the Trojan horse!
Trojan horse! Destroy you for good measure. And then we'll scan the warship through the wall.
Gathering data now. Data has been received.
What an incredibly basic and probably not entirely accurate way of getting scan and data on
Lieutenant Uragan is
these
on the
kind
line.
of things. I don't know. I don't know how the technology works. So I probably shouldn't complain. Even so, I would have figured if anyone would have gotten that sort of scan data by now, it would have been Shar, since he's been this close to the white base already. So why on earth are we doing it? I don't know. Seems fairly redundant, personally.
We were able to locate the Trojan horse. Our team collected sufficient data on both the battleship and its mobile suits, though there was some risk involved. I'm certain that our efforts weren't in vain, and that the data will prove valuable in future operations.
We'll see. I have my doubts, but we'll see if it actually makes any sort of difference ever in the history of anything. If you know the original Mobile Suit Gundam, you know that this is going to turn out well for them and not us, so what's the point? Apart from to make some of the things Zeon did seem more...
By the time we'd reached the combat zone of the Gobi Desert, our allied forces were already losing. With the supply base presently secured, our scattered troops could now link up, which would allow us to regroup. However, this was just one small victory in the overall picture. Up until this point, we'd been successfully defending the base, but I wasn't sure how long we could go on like this. Once the enemy troops reorganized, they were sure to attack again, and soon. November 7th, Odessa. At the request of Captain Makuve, we left the Gobi Desert supply base to assist in the Odessa operations. We were assigned to the front line, where the enemy's main forces were reported to be steadily advancing. Our objective was to keep the enemy at bay until the Black Tri-Stars returned from their assault on the Trojan horse, which had been approaching from the rear.
Thank you for coming. Uragan will provide you with all the details.
Excellent work in the Gobi Desert. Now your unit will be stationed within a segment of our defense line where the enemy's main forces are being deployed. According to intelligence, the enemy will commence an all-out attack at dawn. To counter this, we must hold off the enemy until the Black Tri-Stars return. On a somber note, Lieutenant Mash lost his life in battle.
So this follows the anime continuity as opposed to the movie continuity.
Once the Black Tri-Stars return, we will switch to offensive maneuvers. Make no mistake, though. Captain M'Quve firmly believes that in this battle, the first one to move will undoubtedly lose.
Yeah, sure. I'll believe that one. Oh, great! More new pilots! That sounds absolutely fantastic. Well, it should, but not now. Or, what am I saying? I never know what I'm saying, so why am I ever saying anything? My mouth flaps open and closes all the time. Words that come out with no meaning. Anyway, I think that'll do for this episode of Let's Play Mobile Suit Gundam Zeonic Front. Thank you all for watching. RCFS and out!